Hello, my name is Leann Bell, and I'm a senior at Tahlequah High School and a nursing transition student at ICTC. I knew I was Cherokee, but I didn't really know what that meant. Like, I was aware that was part of my culture, but it wasn't until later on in my life that I actually figured out what Cherokee was. My 8th grade year, when I went into the Cherokee Youth Choir, I started learning more about it and what being Cherokee actually means to me. And in Cherokee Choir, our language coordinator, Kathy, is very good about if I want to know a Cherokee word, I can ask her about that. And singing, I've learned a lot of how to even just read it. I may not know what it means, but I know how to read most of it. I have learned a lot since learning about my culture, especially from going to different cultural events. I have learned a lot of confidence from being in there. It used to freak me out to talk in front of people, to sing in front of people. And Mary Kay and Kathy have really given me that vote of confidence that it's okay if you mess up in front of people.
I met Leann several years ago when she auditioned for the choir and was selected. She and her sister sing together, and Leann plays the piano, and just her personality is over the top. She's a lot of fun. She really is a fabulous musician, and she loves children. She's working at Lowery School with the Boys and Girls Clubs and has started teaching Cherokee to the younger students. Leann lights up the room when she comes in. She's very caring and very dedicated to not only her family, but her faith and her community, and just an outstanding young person.
Being Cherokee gives me pride. We are strong people. We came from survivors, so it's something to take pride in. My best friend's grandpa and grandma took me in as their own when I was very young, always treated me as a granddaughter, and every time I'd see him, he'd start talking to me in Cherokee, and I'd look at him with this blank look on my face. I have no idea what you're saying. And he'd make sure I knew what he meant and make me respond in Cherokee and help me to know what it means. So now sometimes I can understand a few people, like what they're saying, but I'm not really great at responding. Yeah, boys. You got no Stella, Ali, Queen Stella. We went to a training with other schools that have this same grant that I'm getting to work through and that Lowery's after school is being funded by. They wanted us to learn some different ways to work with our students. So when we got back, we had a staff meeting and we're talking about what we could do to get our kids more involved and make them want to stay at after school. And my director knew that I was in Cherokee Choir, and she asked me if I'd be interested in teaching Cherokee music, and I thought it was a great idea, getting to not necessarily embrace their culture, but give them something they could say they learned and it still be kind of preserving the language.
Hi, Mrs. Johnson. We're gonna drop an NG tube. We're gonna put your NG tube in.
Since I was little, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a nurse. There was some older people in my family that had been a nurse, and I didn't really know that I could handle it. But I stayed in the hospital with my grandma for a little while, and I was like, I can do this. I really like the aspect of not doing it for money or doing it because it's cool. Like, you get to help people. You could be the person that saves a life. I do hope to work for one of the Cherokee Nation health centers when I obtain my nursing license. I don't know which one yet, but hopefully be able to work at one of them around that's close.
She's a wonderful young lady. She's a natural leader. She is full of enthusiasm and very bright and very willing to do whatever was needed to achieve the status that she got. She became very successful in our program, and she's gone on into the nursing program now as a senior in high school. She was a student that always wanted to learn everything that you had to present her. She was willing to learn it. She was excited and eager to learn it. She was one of those students that a teacher just enjoys having in class.
My family is very big on like meeting up to eat and then maybe going outside and shooting skeet. We really like to be outside or meet together as a family.